Hello, everyone. Welcome to In the Neighborhood with your hosts, Tim Johnson and Stacy Borho. Together, they are finding out what makes the heart of the Heartland beat. They sit down with people in your community that lead organizations, businesses, and government. You'll learn who they are and what they're involved in and why. They are the people in your neighborhood. It's In the Neighborhood with Stacy Borho and Tim Johnson.
Hi, everybody. My name's Tim Johnson, and this is Stacy Borho. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Tim?
Good. It's been a year that we've been, coming up on a year that we've been here at the studio, and it's been 3 years that we've been on Peoria Life.
That sounds crazy to me.
So, yeah.
Time flies when you're having
that
fun.
doesn't include when we were back doing things with
2011,
but
right.
yeah, anyways. Follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Peoria TV, on Channel 17, on i3 Broadband. And today we're talking Dream Center with Sherri Ernst. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So give us a brief introduction into Dream Center for those that might not know.
Okay. Dream Center is a faith-based, not-for-profit, and our mission is to impact families living in poverty, starting with kids and youth. So we do that with a three-prong approach, and we address basic human needs, and that's our 24/7 homeless shelter. We also have transitional living apartments, and then we have after-school program, Project 309, summer camp, and then we have an outreach ministry. And we have a lot of volunteers that help us get all this stuff done. So
if you happen to miss us last year or the year before, we did a full walking tour of the full facility. Take a look at that. Something you're involved with is Love Peoria.
Yep.
And what is Love Peoria?
Love Peoria is a movement, and we're trying to get people to do a 60-day challenge. And in this 60-day challenge, we're actually on week 3 right now, but it's not too late to get started.
Right.
And it just gives you some different basic ideas to love people every day, some different challenges to do. An example, this week we've got to hug 10 people, and the double challenge is to do this every day. So it's just simple things like that. Some of the things are very inexpensive that you can do. Some are at no cost, and some, it's by the person behind you in line, a meal or something like that. So it's just trying to start a movement of positive Christ-like love instead of some of the negativity that sometimes we get a bad rap for. So
That was one heck of an event you guys threw.
it was awesome.
Oh my gosh. I was there. Bob Goff was the author who was present, came all the way to Peoria,
Right.
which blew my mind. But I mean, how did you guys come up with this? It's so
Well,
creative and different.
Right. Well, we had a fundraiser last year. It was our 15-year anniversary, and it was a dinner. We packed a bunch of people in our gym. It was crazy, great turnout. But we thought, everybody does that. What can we do to do something where we're actually going to raise the tide in Peoria? We're going to make a ripple effect, do something different. So instead of doing a fundraiser dinner, we had read Bob Goff's book, and Andy had the crazy idea, let's bring him here to Peoria. And then where are we going to have it? Let's have it at Bradley at the Coliseum. And just all the things fell into place.
Yeah.
Bob showed up. It was a great night. And
Oh my goodness.
he's amazing. He is just quirky and you just never know what he's going to say.
Oh,
So,
he's so much fun. His
He is very
energy
fun.
is amazing.
yes.
And the things that he's done. But Love Peoria, the 60-day challenge, we can probably tell people right now, like they can text, right,
Yep.
and get in on it.
They can. If they text the word, it's all one word, Love Peoria, to 345-345.
Okay.
And then they'll get a response back on their phone asking for their email address. They enter the email address, they'll start getting the challenges. Every Monday, they'll get that week's challenges for the week.
Yeah.
So,
That's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, even the first week, is it week, right?
First
week was like, do a pay it forward on a vending machine, like to put
tape $1 to a vending machine.
Yeah, or and actually, a girl that came with me to the event, she actually got cookies delivered to her. So one of them was, I think, bake some cookies for your neighbor, and of course, my brain goes to neighbor, like physically, like neighborhood on your street,
Right.
but your neighbor is someone sitting right next to you.
Right. Right.
So it could be anyone, but just the simple loving everyone around you. Oh my gosh.
We had someone who took a big, huge cookie basket to a neighbor they hadn't met yet that just had a baby. And the boys actually went with the mom, so it was good to get the kids involved. And they have started this, we want to do this all the time. So it's getting people to think, get the focus off yourself, get it on, helping somebody else out. So that's what we're trying to do. Because, Peoria is a great place to live. So
it is.
This can make it even better.
Yeah. How many people did you guys have at that event?
Oh, it was over 2,000.
That's what
know
I was
that.
hearing, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so amazing.
Yep. So we're hoping the 2,000, and then people, if they keep signing up, just have that ripple effect forward. That's what we're hoping for.
Have you been hearing stories of things that have happened?
Yeah, really like the one I said, and we're having people hashtag Love Peoria so we can kind of follow on Instagram, Facebook, that type of thing. We're actually getting some Bradley students involved. They're going to be painting rocks, and it's coming up. I don't think it's on any of the weeks yet, but it's coming up. And we've talked to Bradley, and they have this event where they stay up all night and do different things.
Okay.
So they're going to paint the rocks, and they're going to put them around campus and around town with positive words on them.
Oh, cool.
So we're trying to get, schools, kids, younger people involved too, not just for,
It's all ages.
it's for everybody.
It
It's
is.
for everybody to just pay it forward, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a beautiful concept. And I guess for those of you who don't know where the Dream Center is, marked with Jesus's.
The Jesus' sign's a giveaway. 7-story building over 714 Hamilton. It's right. We walked here from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's right across the parking lot there.
Big parking lot, and we're right there. Yeah, it's great. It used to be
The
old-
Y.
Yeah.
Yep. We still have the gyms. They turned the swimming pool. It's a space that a youth group used to be in, and now I think we're going to turn it into like a hip hop church. So
Oh, fun. Get those kids engaged.
yeah.
So how'd you get involved with Dream Center?
I actually go to Riverside Church, and I had volunteered at Dream Center before, and some different projects that they have had. And then I found out about this job, and it just all fell into place. It was awesome. So I love working there. I have a very rewarding job, and I'm fortunate because I actually get paid to do stuff that I love to do. So, yeah.
What's your job there?
I'm our volunteer coordinator and our outreach ministry coordinator. So I deal with all the volunteers and then all of our outreach, different events that we have. Promise of Hope is my favorite. It's where we give away prom dresses to high school girls, and it is just awesome to just see the girls' faces light up. So, yeah, I love it.
Well, we're all about volunteerism here, that's for sure. What are other opportunities that people might have for volunteering?
We have a lot of places where people can volunteer. We have things that they can do during the day, weekend, and the evening. We have a Hope store that's open on the first Thursday and third Saturday of the month. And we always need volunteers helping when the store's open. And then we have a great group of volunteers that come in on Tuesday and Thursday mornings that sort through all the donations. So everything we get is donations, and we give everything out for free. So we always need volunteers with that. And then with our after school program, between the hours of like 3 to 5 at night, we're looking for people to help tutor kids, to help teach different things. We have a lot of Caterpillar volunteers that come over and teach like electronics and motor mechanics and 3D printing and casting and that type of thing. We have a recording studio that we're working on. So anybody that has any kind of special niche or skill, we'd love to have them volunteer and help us out. And then we have a shelter. We're always looking for people to come in and encourage our shelter ladies too, or serve a meal at lunch. So we have a lot of different options available for people, just depending on what you like to do and the time you have. So anything from, once a week commitment, once a month commitment. And then we have the big events like Promise of Hope where we need 80 volunteers once a
Wow.
year. So yeah, it just depends what you like to do. We
Plus you
probably
guys
got
do the
something for
backpack
everybody.
thing
Oh, and
too,
I
right?
forgot Mission Peoria backpack. That's huge. How could I forget that?
No.
That's in July. So that's a pure week of craziness. So the kids are going out, 300 to 400 kids are going out doing service projects every day, and they're doing something called Metro Kids that we do. It's like a mini VBS program, and we do it at Taft Homes, and we do it in East Peoria right now, second and fourth Saturday each month. But then during Mission Peoria, we do it every day all over the city, so it's just pure craziness. And then we end that week with Backpack Peoria, where we give out the backpacks. We have schools that people can register their kids for school, and then we have like dentists and all kinds of other people that are there. Yeah, if you haven't ever seen it, it's a great thing to see. It's really cool.
So where does someone go to learn more about the Dream Center?
You can go to our website. It's www.dreamcenterpeoria.org, or you can give us a call. You can give me a call, 676-3000. So, yeah. And you can volunteer. You can get information to volunteer right on our site. You can find out about what donations we're accepting and that type of thing as well. So.
Wow.
You were apologizing for not knowing backpack, but I'm thinking
it's like
all the things that you guys do, you do so much, and so many little tentacles that are out with the reaching out that you guys do is just outstanding. And
well, we couldn't do it without, like I say, everything we get in is donated, and so it's generosity. Peoria is such a generous community. I love Peoria. You guys love Peoria. People are very generous with their stuff, their time, their gifts, their talents. It's great.
I was so excited for the Love Peoria challenge. I just thought that was really awesome. And so for anyone who hasn't read Everyone Always, Tim, I think you should read it. It's really awesome. It's so cool how he talks about, even our enemies, right? It's easy to love the people around you or in your everyday life, your best friends and your family most of the time. But it's hard to love someone who's not so much. And that's what he talks about. And he's also an attorney. And the stories, I mean, in that book, I laughed, I cried, I had some aha moments.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it was like life-changing for me because it helped me think about, too, when you're in a tough situation, which we're, all in them all the time, right? But a different way to handle it and to try to think about maybe what the other person's going through instead of we're so selfish, right?
Yes.
Like exactly what you were saying. Like, how do I think about someone else instead of myself? Because in reality, I learned a while back that we're all doing the best that we can do at any given time. And just because the best that someone else is doing is not the same as ours doesn't make it wrong.
Right.
It just makes it different.
Right.
And we get taught from whoever's raising us on how to act. And if we don't know any better, we don't know any better. But we don't think that. We just think, and I'm guilty, how rude, or how could they do that? That's so selfish, or something like that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, that's me being selfish because I have no idea where they're coming from.
Yep. The Bob's book, Love Does, is really good as well. And it's one of those that challenges you and makes you think, boy, it makes you take a step back and think. And you're right. If you can give to somebody else, even like the ladies in our shelter, we're trying to come up with ways to have them so they're giving back. So we were thinking, they can make cards and send them to the troops. That's one of the challenges that's coming up. So we want them to feel needed and loved. And same thing, even though they're at a hard point in their life, worst point in their life in most of the cases, they can still do something positive and they can help somebody else and impact somebody else. So,
Yeah. I mean, Love Peoria is a mission, so, it's just a local mission that we can actually do everywhere.
Right. And even though it's Love Peoria, it's Love Metamora, Love East Peoria, Love Canton, Love, everybody. It's not just Love Peoria. It's that ripple effect where you get it out in the community and get the churches involved and people involved. And, if the saying, if you can be anything, be kind, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think one of them too was to rake your neighbor's leaves. I wish I was somebody's neighbor.
I have an acre of oak trees, so I love them.
Well, maybe somebody will come and rake your yard.
Yeah,
You never know.
Maybe I need to be doing that for somebody else.
There you go.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes not to be inside your own. Go in, close the door, turn on the TV, and turn off.
Right.
Rather than think about how many of your neighbors you know. And when we were growing up, I grew up in a house, and I talk about this all the time. Sorry for those. I don't mean to bore anybody, but we had tons of foster kids in our house. plus our normal kids
Right,
or
right.
regular. And then my parents would invite neighbors on
Yeah,
top of
so
it
you
for
knew your
Thanksgiving.
neighbors.
And
Yeah.
it was really, you got to know your neighbors pretty well.
Right.
So it's a different world than
It is,
back then.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, unfortunately, exactly. Because we used to know our neighbor. I mean, it goes back to Mr. Rogers,
Exactly. We used to play outside till, 10:30 at night.
right?
You know.
Climbing trees
Yeah,
and
fly,
riding
flight, tag,
bikes.
and-
Absolutely.
I don't know what most kids would do if they found a bug. What's this?
Unless it was on their phone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, an app.
Yeah. No, we don't want to do that. That was another thing that I loved about the Love Peoria is, when you guys spoke, it was also to get out there and just to volunteer. So that was another reason why I was like, Tim, we've got to have them on. We need to have
Yeah,
them
no, great.
sharing this because it's exactly
Right.
what we're all about is how are you going to give back? And that's what Mr. King had said. He's like, I don't care what nonprofits it's for because there are
Exactly.
other nonprofits
There are
at the events.
tons. There are tons of great not-for-profits in Peoria, tons of them, and we work with a lot of them, and that's it. We all need to work together. When we work together, there's no reason anybody in this town should be homeless, without food, without clothes.
Right.
There really isn't. We have lots of great not-for-profits. We're really, really blessed in Peoria and the surrounding area.
And that's what's in the Bible too, though, right? It takes a
Yep.
village to
Yep.
raise a family, and we've gone to individualism instead. And instead of coming together as families and neighbors and everything, it's I'm out for myself and I'm out for my own kids. Why aren't we out for
Right.
all of
Everybody.
us?
Yeah. All work together.
We've become a society that's kind of hermited within our own houses. So, yeah.
So Love Peoria, we should tell them what they have to do again so they can get the 60-day challenge.
If they text the word Love Peoria, all one word, to 345-345, and they'll start getting the 60-day challenge. And we're on week 3, but don't worry, you can catch up.
Give us a couple more ideas
Okay,
of what
couple more
things are coming up.
ideas. Offer to take a family or friend to church with you. Give a new mom her own gift. Send Christmas cards to the troops. Visit a sick friend or someone in the hospital. Donate canned food to a local food pantry. Get friends and family together and do a prayer walk around your neighborhood. Read a book to a child. Take cards or cookies to the local police or fire department. I baked Monday, and I have goodies to take to some fire departments. So.
That's fun.
There's a lot of cool things. Each of these are like little mini volunteer
Absolutely.
assignments to go out and volunteer and do something. And that's really cool. And if you want to get started,
It's not
there's
too
no
late.
better way than hitting these for 60 days. And if we're all different community difference makers, we can make a
Right.
huge difference in what
Exactly.
our neighborhoods are. So
So amazing.
Make a positive impact.
Let's remind everyone the Dream Center website.
Okay, it's www.dreamcenterpeoria.org.
Have any other stories you want to share before we go?
Oh, gosh, I've got lots of stories I could share.
You have 1 minute.
Okay, we have a Tuesday night Bible study where we have ladies come down. We don't force anybody to come to our Bible study. We just, every Tuesday night, they know that we'll watch their kids if they want to come to Bible study. And we did a surprise pampering night for them. And you should have seen how people changed. I mean, just their faces and just to know that somebody loves them and cares for them. So we did nails, we did their toes, shampooed their hair, gave them haircuts, did their makeup. Connected Restaurant donated a meal for them, gave them the rose. If you've ever been to
Wow.
Connected, you know how fancy
Yeah.
it is. So they got a fancy meal, and they were in tears. They were just like, it's just like to see that over the top love. That's that's what I love to do. That's what I love to see. So yeah, if you can be part of that, you can be a part of that, and any individual can make a difference. So.
And that probably even connected the ladies there. They were getting to experience
And then the
it.
ladies that didn't come to the Bible study, they're like, oh, that Bible study that next week was full. Let me tell you.
That's a great way to end this.
that is awesome.
So cool.
Thank you, Sherri
Yeah, thank you,
Ernst
guys.
of Dream Center Peoria. And if you didn't see the beginning of this, go back to the beginning and learn more about what Love Peoria is, and check out the tours that we did of WP. That we did of Dream Center, and all the different cool things that they've done there. It's really an amazing story. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Peoria TV on i3 Broadband, Channel 17, and WPEO, both AM and FM. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
PeoriaLife.com